There we go. Finally, we're live for the second coming of the 12 men, the rebirth, the kickoff for Arsenal versus Dortmund. It should be a very exciting match. It's two teams that met in the competition last year. Two fantastic teams that have been in the final in the past 10 years, is my Arsenal claim to fame. And I'm joined by a panel of 6 and possibly later 7. Do you guys want to introduce yourself, starting from Alex?
I'm Alex. I'm a football writer. You might have seen me on Twitter. I'm a Dortmund fan, written for 442 and other people. So yeah, English-based Dortmund fan.
And Gene?
You're right. I'm Gene, man-to-man marking on Twitter, and I'm an Arsenal fan and Royce worshipper.
Who's still injured for how long?
4 weeks, I think.
And on the back of my shirt.
Hopefully that'll be a big mess. And moving on. Jakob?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Jakob or Jacob or whatever you want to call me. I'm from Germany actually, and I'm a Dortmund fan, as you can see. I'm just a random person on Twitter that has been following Massive Minutes, so Joe, and he's invited me to come here, so I'm here.
Taking part with all the fans is brilliant. Cheers for being here. I'm Rich.
I'm Rich. Some of you might remember me. It's the first time I've been on YouTube for, it's got to be over a year now. So nice to see you all again. Arsenal fan. So yeah, let's hope for a good win.
And finally, Cole was what it was meant to be.
I'm Cole. I run 2 YouTube channels. One's called Talk Aston Villa. That's my main one, and the second one's a football-based collaboration channel called The Front Three.
Brilliant. Have we kicked off for Arsenal Dortmund? Yeah, we're like a minute and a half in, and I haven't been watching yet. Brilliant.
You're a minute and a half in.
Yeah.
1 minute 50.
A minute, yeah. 1 minute 50. Yeah.
I'm on 1 minute 15. Yep.
15.
1:21 now.
That'll be fine. Do we
Aren't you
have predictions
closest
at all?
as well?
What do you say?
No, irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
Do we have predictions at all for the game?
I've got a score draw or Arsenal win, to be honest. I don't think
Yeah, score draw.
team is good enough to win this game.
I'll go 2-1.
Even coming to Dortmund, you don't think home advantage swings it at all?
I don't think it does for Arsenal. I mean, the 6 times they've
Well,
beat
Arsenal haven't got home advantage, so.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, in the other direction.
Arsenal going to Dortmund doesn't. I don't think it phases them anymore. It might phase Bellerin now because he's 19 its debut, but I don't think it phases them anymore.
Well, they're there every other week, aren't they? Probably got a second home.
It's an annual away game.
Brilliant. Any other predictions?
Stadium share.
Well, I don't know. Last year, Dortmund won at Emirates and Arsenal won in Dortmund. So, but I'm confident and I'm going for 3-0 for Dortmund.
Good man.
That's hefty.
Confident.
3-0 with who goals?
Oh,
With who scoring?
Mkhitaryan with a brace and third goal, Subotic. I don't know.
I think they're probably your 2 best players out there today.
Yeah,
I think Schmelzer's massively underrated too.
Yeah. But
unfortunately so. I think he's like, for me, one of the best left backs in Germany, and to be honest, one of the best left backs like in Europe. And I don't think too many people outside of there will say that.
Yeah, well, there aren't many good left backs in Germany, so it's not that difficult. Yeah, he's underrated, I agree. But he's come back from an injury, so I don't know if he's 100% fit.
Did he not get into the World Cup side because he was injured?
Yeah.
yeah, it was injury. Yeah.
But I thought he was over it by then, and it was just because he had fitness issues following the injury, or was he still out?
I'm pretty sure he was still injured. I think during the World Cup he'd got his fitness back and would have come and joined, but obviously couldn't. Grew
I'm
down a lot.
Spamming the links out on Twitter because this is of course our first time back.
That's what I'm in the process of doing.
And we've got a few comments, but they're not coming particularly thick and fast because, of course, it's our first time. So if you want to...
Penalty! No, he's dived. Oh, no.
Massive first bit of action.
So you're
Mkhitaryan as well.
Henry.
30 seconds ahead of me?
Yeah, I've seen on TV as well. Someone's ahead of me.
It's not a penalty, don't worry.
No.
A little tip before you wait for when you get there.
I saw him fall and I just got excited.
Massive dive.
Dive the treat.
Massive dive.
So for people watching, a lot of whom I think are on Twitter, we will be replying throughout the whole time. People are saying it doesn't work on the YouTube page, which would be a cock up. We'll see. If it is working, then you can comment by going on the YouTube page, and we'll be replying to them throughout.
If it isn't working, I'm going to get a cup of tea. Put my feet up.
Well, it's working for me.
My leg's working.
So I think it'd be fine.
Yeah.
So throughout the hangout, if you're replying to the comments on the YouTube page or on the YouTube page of this video, or tweeting at the 12 men, or tweeting me at Messi Minutes, but preferably at the 12 men because that's the one I'll be checking. Then feel free. I mean, the whole point of the 12 men is that it's insightful. The whole point is that it's fun, but more importantly, the whole point is that it's interactive with fans. So tell us what you think. If you think I'm pretty crap, put that in. Put it in. Because we've already got our first Where's EPL Takeover comments, who has decided not to join us because he's quote-unquote too busy. We'll see how truthful that is. Rich reckons he's
organising the Tottenham Christmas party, did we say? Is that the official line?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Really don't know the difference. Did he have Tottenham badge as his Twitter avatar for a bit?
Probably.
I think so. It was like Spurs PL Takeover for a little bit. Anyway, so the reason he's not here and the reason the 12 men stopped is because Dan and Rich didn't particularly have the time to. I, of course, have the time to, and that's why I brought it back. But yeah, we've got quite a few people on Twitter and here saying Gladys man. Thank you very much. Glad to be back. And people saying it does work, which is good.
Yeah.
It is nice to be back.
Nice to be a part of it as well. I watched it for so long. Nice to actually be on it.
Yes, good point.
So this is my first YouTube-related thing it's got to be over 12 months, which was last for 12 men, the last episode. That was the last time I did anything, so strange to be back. So thoughts on the game so far, everybody?
Dortmund
Really exciting.
I think Dortmund are playing the better, but you expect that in the early stages, don't you? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arsenal just look disjointed. Can't make a pass.
Starting to work into it a little bit more, though. A little bit more, I should say. Now they're on the break.
It seems like pretty standard Arsenal territory, no? Feeling like we're going to do something and then it just...
Oh,
pass never gets there.
almost in there.
Yeah.
I was interested by the Jenkins case this week, because of course he's gone out on loan and now we don't have any right backs. Bellerin was kind of in the first team, sort of, this season.
Is Jenkins not injured anyway?
Is he?
He injured
right. Well, it doesn't matter. But let's say he wasn't injured. Would you recall him? Could we recall him?
I suppose it would depend on...
there must be something in the terms.
Yeah.
I think Bellerin does deserve his chance. He's good. Lots of potential.
Oof, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen too much of him. Obviously, there was pre-season where it was great, and I think recorded. I can't remember over what distance, but the fastest at the club, I think, ever over some distance, over Thierry Henry and over Theo Walcott. So sure, but I mean, obviously, being a footballer,
Gervinho was good in pre-season, though, wasn't he? So.
Yeah, but Gervinho's been brilliant at Roma.
Yeah, I suppose.
He really has. He's been rejuvenated.
No, I just messed up big time there.
But not a weak league.
Oh,
another corner.
This is all that's going to happen because Klopp said on TV before it's just going to be counter-attack and For Dortmund.
Counter-attack.
Yeah.
My comments don't seem to be in any particular order. Newest
Well,
first, there we
I
go.
just had
I've got
a
it.
ton of replies on Twitter saying that it does work, and a few people asking how to comment. With, I mean, you just scroll down on the YouTube page and the comments bit should be there. If you don't have a YouTube account, then obviously that's a problem. So you'd have to sign in. But hey.
Or use Twitter.
Or use Twitter. We've got someone who said we gave him a heart attack by shouting penalty.
Oh,
Can
I'm
only
sorry.
apologise.
I'm so sorry.
Penalty!
I feel like we're going to have to deal with the Where is EPL takeover comments for quite a while.
Well, let's just come up with more and more elaborate stories as the night goes on.
Too busy to join, but he has got enough time to comment.
Pardon?
Oh, he is too busy to join, but he's got enough time to comment.
Well, he's now, yes. He's the new Arsenal physio, so he's over at Dortmund at the minute.
He could be. UEFA A-level qualified? That's not the one I was going for. UEFA A qualified coach and all that.
He's currently being scanned for FIFA 15.
Have you played football with him?
With Dan?
Yeah.
Only at that Copper 90 event.
It was terrible.
Years ago. Using goals. I can't really talk. I haven't played football in absolutely ages.
I still play quite a bit.
I'm too old for it now.
25?
6.
Yeah, that's the prime of your career.
That makes it.
Blame it on an injury.
Yeah,
Blame it on an injury.
but in YouTube, that's like 95.
But not for playing.
Yeah, the difference is, Joel, I'm not a professional footballer.
It's true.
Hard to believe. Do you play?
Myself?
Generally, yes.
Yeah, I play. I think this Thursday I'm playing with someone who flaked out of the hangout only this afternoon. I play with.
Put a tackle in, Joel.
I play with Samuel J Numbers or Samuel JC on Twitter, and also from Thursday, Mark at _ the 12th man, which would have fit really nicely here, but he fucked off to work. He went to work instead.
Back out.
Gutted.
I think work's more important. I suppose it is essentially becoming your job then, Joel.
What is?
The 12 men while you're at university.
It takes a while. We'll see. Grab a sponsorship here and there.
Oh,
Who was that? Socrates.
Papadopoulos, wasn't it, I think?
Oh.
I think Socrates is great.
Someone in the comments is asking if Sahin's injured.
I believe he is, yes.
He's had an operation.
Yeah.
As well as half the Dortmund team.
They're all watching from hospital beds right now.
We've got a comment from Alexander who says, "Is there a halftime game?" I'll have to pass you over to Rich for that.
Indeed there is, and it's in the style of previous games. I'm not giving too much away, so you can't. But yeah, we've got one. 12 questions, so get prepared.
Brilliant. I'm not running a halftime game today, but unfortunately, Dan and Rich have decided. Who's making the noise? Is it me? Have decided not to join me full time for the 12th man anymore, so I'll be in charge of lots of halftime games. I have quite a few ideas. I've got obviously two-word tango, which we did before. The style.
Oh, well, I don't know if Dan will let you have his famous two-word tango.
He's already given it to me.
But if you check the small print, Joel.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Get the lawyers on it, right?
Ooh.
He's only a physio. And I've obviously got the style that Rich has got, and then a few others. I've got some live punishments lined up. Hopefully, if people fail the challenge or rewards, so that should be really good. Generally, the future of 12 men I think is really promising. Some of the names of people that are more than on board is really exciting, and I really can't wait. So today's pardon?
Including all of us here as well.
Including everyone here, who's welcome back on again.
Who did you ask? I saw that MGH tweeted he would join again sometime.
Yeah, I've got MGH was interested in coming back. Jack 54HD, Spencer Owen, Bull Street, a bunch of people. And then a few people have given me more ambiguous answers that I'm thinking that maybe I'll ask again in future. But Hugh Izzy is another one who's brilliant.
He's great. Yeah.
But generally going really well. So today's pretty experimental and making quite a few fuck-ups. But, you know.
Wasn't Harry from Roger Shaw here when he was on like 16K subscribers or something like that?
Yeah. See if he can get him on. It might be a bit difficult now, but definitely check it out. Jack Jury says, Rich, if your comments aren't in order, filter them to newest first.
Yes,
which is
thank you,
correct.
Jack. I have figured that out, but now they don't seem to be automatically updating. Either that's because nobody's watching, or because
No, I'm getting new comments, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what seems to be going on. Oh, what's happened? I was too busy trying to figure out these comments.
I love the
Thoughts
referee.
on this kit, by the way?
What is that kit for the referee?
It's awful.
It's almost as bad as Arsenal.
It is quite the kit, isn't it, Arsenal's?
That was like a volley.
It's tragic.
I'm not sure about our kits this year. A lot of people say they really love them.
I like the home and the away.
I don't
Especially
really
the
like the home one.
I do
What
like
do you
the
think of Puma in general?
I wasn't very happy initially, but I'm quite pleased with it now.
I'm definitely
I think
liking the
if
sound of the
you're
model.
carrying a bit of weight, you might not want to buy one. They're pretty tight, don't they?
The skin
It is scary.
I always think that about the like the England rugby shirts.
Oh yeah, the props just look so
Look good on the players. The average man.
You can imagine some bloke from Newcastle putting on the latest Arsenal England rugby top. It's not a good look. It's really
Just
not.
Newcastle droll, or
Or
obviously
me, myself,
everybody
and
in
I.
Bristol it doesn't apply to, does it?
Pardon?
Doesn't apply to anybody in Bristol.
No. I think that reference is lost on a lot of people. I'm going to Bristol for university next year, which will probably make more sense now.
So I believe one of the things we normally do while the game's building up is discuss the week's events over the footballing world, I suppose. So Premier League, I guess. I think everyone seems to think Man United are now the best team in the world after beating the Knights of QPR 4-0. What's thoughts on that?
far from it. You said it. It was against QPR. I mean,
It was against and QPR had some chances, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, if that had been a decent, if there had been a decent player up front for QPR, I think. Not saying anything about Charlie Austin.
Charlie Austin.
But no, I do think they won 4-0 against a very, very, very poor side. No offense to any QPR fans. QPR might start playing well. I'd like them to do well, but no, I think everyone's getting a bit on the Man United bandwagon.
Oh,
I'm not sure they are. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that everyone's getting on a Man United bandwagon and that Man United fans think that they're the best team in the world now. But I haven't actually seen any Manchester United fans saying that they think that they're the best team in the world now.
I have.
I've seen a
You
few.
must not follow any then.
Yeah,
Fair.
When Falcao came on, I thought the Premier League was just going to be awarded to Manchester United then. I think, to be fair, going forward, they have got some decent players now.
Yeah.
I've got to hand it to them, but I still think they've got a long way.
Exactly.
A long way to go to compete with the likes of Chelsea this season.
In terms of the teams around them at the top, their defence is bang average, and then when you've only got Daley Blind as a defensive front in front of that, then you can have problems keeping out goals.
Oh, the amount of stats I've seen about Daley Blind. It's just constant, isn't it? The most completed passes, the highest accuracy so far, the most mobile phones in the dressing room. You name it, he's got it.
I think he only completed like 1 or 2 tackles though, so that's the problem that Man United have. He's not going to be able to disrupt anything coming forward.
Not that there was anything going forward.
No.
Hearing in the comments, I point out that David Moyes won his first game 4-0.
Oh really? Oh yeah, of course he did. God.
Luke Montgomery, thoughts on Diego Costa? Well, I think his goal scoring speaks for itself, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he's a brilliant counter-attacking striker who's now been put in a brilliant counter-attacking team.
I've heard he's only had 10 shots this season and he's scored 7 goals.
Well, his midfield make it so easy for him.
Can somebody please tell me how he is 26 years old?
He's 25.
25.
I'm older than him. He looks older to me, my dad.
He looks like Gordon Ramsay's twin.
Like that one from, is it Napoli who got, or is it Lazio, that 19-year-old?
Lazio,
who looks like
Lazio, yeah.
I think he's 18 now. He was 17 when he made news last year.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Shocking.
No, overall, I think Chelsea are looking the best. I can't believe Man City sold Negredo.
I think Chelsea are going to walk the league.
Yeah.
I think, but Chelsea, City with Negredo, they've got enough money. Aguero's constantly injured or about to be injured. Jovetic has had his injury problems, and so they've only really got Dzeko, who's reliable. You'd think a team with the money of Man City wouldn't have sold Negredo unless they thought they were going to get somebody else.
But Negredo was a really interesting transfer situation because you have 3 parties. You have Valencia, City, and Negredo. Negredo definitely wants to move to Spain. He says his wife wants to move to Spain. He doesn't feel settled in England, whatever. You don't know how true that is, but it's not really the point. You have City, who want to get rid of Negredo if they sign Falcao, and then end up getting rid of Negredo before anyone signs Falcao, which questionable. But now that they're playing one striker more this year, I think, I think 3 top strikers is perfectly acceptable.
But I think City have got the resources to be able to have 4.
But Valencia also have the resources because they were taken over by Peter Lim this year.
Has it gone through now? I thought it was still waiting to go through.
I think it went through quite a while ago, and he started buying players, and then there were some problems with Bankia and with the board, whatever, some administrative issues, and then he stopped.
He started buying 100% ownership of players as well, didn't he? Rodrigo.
And speaking about third parties, George Mendes is he's everywhere, isn't he, George Mendes? Everything that ever happens, you always say George Mendes is involved. He's just, it seems to me like the transfer window starts and George Mendes just works out, well, I'll send him over there. I can move him there, and I'll take him over there, and I'll go and buy myself a new Ferrari. Every deal, it's always George Mendes.
This is a really good time for me to plug Messi Seconds videos.
He took Rodriguez to Real Madrid, so then he took...
I've got 2 different videos about George Mendes. One of them called Falcao, and one of them about William Carvalho more recently.
He moved Rodriguez into Real Madrid, then Di Maria to Man United, then Falcao over to Man... He's running football.
But it was an incredible summer with lots of players that have played in Portugal coincidentally moving.
I was gonna say on City and Chelsea, I think you could go as far as saying that this weekend is going to be a title decider because Chelsea win and they're 8 points clear already.
And they aren't going to drop too many points.
No.
It is scary. I think I wouldn't want to say this
I
on
might see
Twitter.
if Mendes can transfer some points over to Arsenal.
I wouldn't want to say this on Twitter, but when Fabregas came in, it's definitely a
But
little bit
you'll say
of
it
ice
on
creeping through.
YouTube.
But I'll say it on YouTube. I definitely thought and think that Cesc Fabregas was, when he arrived, and is the best player in the Premier League. By distance, I think he's the best player. This might be going a bit far, but possibly the best player in the league since Fabregas left the Premier League.
What is it, 6 assists in 4 games or something like that?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not only are those statistics, the bottom up ones, so brilliant, but his top-down statistics that measure his the more complicated things like at goal impact is a brilliant Twitter where you can find this, and I'll do some videos on it at another point. But his contribution to goal difference is massive, as in like top 5, top 6 in the world, massive, behind Lahm, Schweinsteiger, Messi, Ronaldo, and possibly that's it. Crazy. He's a brilliant player. I think Chelsea have had an absolute steal for 30 million.
It's crazy that Barcelona really sold him, isn't it? When you look at the players that are getting older in his position, he's a perfect fit to replace him. Why they've especially if this transfer ban.
Exactly. Yeah.
They'll be in a bit of trouble, won't they, Barcelona?
Well, it's Barcelona. What do you expect?
Thomas Vermaelen will run the show. No,
alongside Jeremy Mathieu.
That's intimidating right there.
I still see a lot of people really positive about the Fabregas decision because Rakitic has been pretty good.
Yeah.
But hey,
I could probably only say Aguero to challenge Fabregas as best player in the league, but he's in.
Aguero's had too many injury problems.
He's so inconsistent in when he plays and how well he plays. So I think if Fabregas can have a consistent year and get
good
save.
Good save.
I don't
know who I could argue to have been a better player really in that time, consistently.
I mean, the obvious choices are Suarez and Bale.
Yeah,
but Suarez, it was not. Was it over as long as of a period of time?
Yeah.
And Bale was only over a short period of time, really, wasn't it?
He was player of the year like 2 seasons before that too.
Yeah, but when he was really,
he only really had sort of
hit the big time.
1.5 standout
wasn't it? I remember us debating on the 12 men who was better, Walcott or Bale, and it was close. And that was only a couple of years ago.
Fair. I remember when Dan said that he'd much rather have Bale in his team than Neymar, and this was at the point before Bale was like absolutely spectacular. And it wasn't just on the basis of like right now I'd rather have this player on the team, but like over the next 10 years, considering Bale's like 25 and Neymar's like 21.
Yeah.
I think we gave him a bit of a hard time as well, didn't we?
He's a psychic.
Well, let's not give him any more
press.
Yeah. Maybe he's now scouting. That's why he can't do this.
No.
He could do. Does anyone know the other results?
Oh no! Oh yes.
Oh, shit.
That's another commentary on the 12 men. No.
Oh, you're still miles ahead of me.
That's Mkhitaryan's biggest problem. His finishing.
Who's that? Trackstar has said Torre was the best player last season. It was definitely up there. It was definitely up there. I'm on about Cola. This season it'll be Ahmed.
I was on about Lucina though.
What are you saying about Mkhitaryan?
His problem is his instincts. He's finishing and like he's such an intelligent player with like reading the game and knowing where to pass and like how hard and soft to pass it. But when it comes to like finishing a first touch chance, we saw it last year against Real Madrid. It just seems to struggle.
Before he moved to Dortmund, didn't he score 20+ league goals for Shakhtar?
Yeah, but that's in Ukraine, isn't it?
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, it is.
In fact, Joel, you know quite a bit about world football. What's going on with the
Thank you.
league in Ukraine?
I have no idea. I saw something today saying that Shakhtar are taking like a permanent break from Ukraine, but that seems a bit ridiculous.
That's where everything's happening, isn't it? Donetsk.
Yeah. It's really scary.
Didn't Bernard refuse to go back to Shakhtar?
You've had a few players that have, and that were as he transfers away. You can understand why. I mean, they're in the water.
That's really surprising.
It's
I'm just
terrible.
wondering what is going on with that football league, because there's some big teams there, isn't there? Really, and they only had the Euros a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So,
That is a crazy
it's
thought.
a real shame, isn't it? An up and coming country like that. But
It's terrible, but not to get into the politics too much.
yeah, so anyway, Scotland.
Where are you on
Special guest
Hoffenheim?
Alex Salmon.
Did you all see Tim Weiss today?
WWE.
It's an incredible story. That is.
No, what's that?
Story?
You know the former German keeper played for Hoffenheim and Werder Bremen.
Yeah, and he's become a
Kaiserslautern.
bodybuilder.
Yeah, he retired about 2 years ago now, and since then he's been in the gym, obviously, and into bodybuilding, and now apparently the WWE have sent him an offer, and he's considering it.
Oh god.
What's he going to do? Just save everybody?
By the way,
What's his wrestling name gonna be?
if any of you want pronunciation advice, it's Wiese.
Ah,
Tim Wiese.
Tim Visa.
Yep.
like
the credit card.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I've said Wise for 10 years now.
Is anyone else keeping track of the other Champions League games that are going on?
No, I'm not.
I think Atletico are still losing.
Yeah, to...
Olympiacos.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Benfica had their keeper sent off.
Yeah, Benfica go get smashed. They're getting absolutely destroyed. Olympiacos winning 2-0 now.
It seems pretty inevitable because, I mean, there was such a good team last season, but it was completely dismantled. Like,
Was this
every
Benfica?
single player on that team left.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that's what happened to Southampton, and they're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
They
I've got
replaced
to hand
well
it to Southampton. They've done very, very well.
It happens to Southampton every season, though, where they seem to get their brilliant academy prospects like that.
But they've
It'll be
really
like
lost
James Ward-Prowse
everything in
next.
there this summer.
Yeah, but, I mean, Lambert was going to get on anyway. Luke Shaw was fat. So, you know.
Olympiacos up 2-0.
Well, Luke Shaw's not going to get in the WWE, that's for sure. Oh, Real Madrid 3-0.
Against Basel.
Okay. How are Leverkusen doing?
Own goal, then Bale and Ronaldo scored.
Nil Leverkusen.
Okay.
I think Leverkusen are a very exciting team this year.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
Roger
the-
Smith.
Some
definitely.
really, really brilliant players there.
If you
and
were-
Schalke too.
If you were a season ticket holder at Monaco, what would you be saying right now?
They wanted refunds.
What?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
A lot of them petitioned for refunds.
You wouldn't be very happy, would you? If they just go, what's the situation with Monaco? Have they still got all this money?
No. They're still owned
After.
by Rybolovlev. I want to say, is that how you
Is it
pronounce
like
it?
a Malaga
Rybolovlev?
situation?
No, it's not that they're in masses of debt. It's just that the owner seems to have lost interest.
He divorced his wife, and she took half of everything he owned.
Oh, is he that one
in
that was
one
like the unbelievably massive settlement?
Oh.
Yeah, like half, £2-3 billion or something she took.
Absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Now
And then-
imagine from promoting
What's that?
Falcao to promoting Berbatov to the public. Like,
I think
Come on, watch Timothy Berbatov walk across the.
for my second,
He once played for you.
probably too controversial opinion of the day, I think Falcao's massively overrated. and I think he's going to show it in the Premier League not only this year, but if he doesn't show it this year, he's going to show it next year. I think he's a very, very limited player that really never deserved to be close to that third Ballon d'Or place that he got. His goal scoring record was like fairly good, but for an elite player to have a fairly good goal scoring record, not to contribute to anything else really at all, for a team to look more dynamic without him, and for so many of his goals to be penalties. Like, and I have Madrid.
He did do well at Porto and at
he was exceptional. But for me, he's not the world beater that many are making out. He's not. For me, Di Maria is the Premier League marquee signing this year. Di Maria and Fabregas.
I think Di Maria is a fantastic player. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I do think they paid a bit much for him, though. I think it's a bit of a crazy fee, but I think all the fees are crazy. I think 60 million for Rodriguez is insane.
Yeah. I was about
How
to say
60 million is beyond me. He scored a fantastic goal in the World Cup, and that's about it, really.
Sorry, Jakob, what were you saying?
I was about to say, if you compare it with Rodriguez, then it's reasonable to pay 60 million for Di Maria.
Oh, well, definitely, yes. I think Di Maria is worth 600 million if Rodriguez is worth 60.
The Galacticos thing is really interesting. It's amazing that he still keeps it up, and it's like Fiorentina Perez, and it's like, as a business model, for your business model to be just buying like ridiculous overpriced assets, and then you make all the money back in shirt sales and
supposedly.
It's amazing.
You can say with both sides of the. Barcelona go and buy Suarez. So it's like, oh, we'll go and get Rodriguez. They get Neymar. We'll get Bale. It's just constant, isn't it? It's like, oh, you've got him. We'll get the cleaner for 50 million. It's just, they'll do anything like that just to say don't lose face.
I think the only reason they bought Bale was because they wanted Neymar and Barcelona bought him.
Exactly, and they were like, oh, we'll get Gareth Bale. They got Suarez. We'll get Rodriguez. It's just it's all it is, isn't it?
You want 50 million? Here's 50 million. Jesus.
Oh, thanks. I'll have it, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to agree, though, Toni Kroos was an absolute steal.
Oh, yeah.
What was it, like 24 million?
Yeah, I think it was 24 million. That's one of the bargains of the summer, yeah.
Who's that, sorry?
Toni Kroos.
Toni Kroos, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few comments. Some people saying Falcao's a dick, which is interesting. I don't know really where that comes from.
Never met him.
About the Champions League, which is good, because we should probably do like a rest of Champions League roundup in a bit. A lot of stuff in the Champions League, and about how brilliant Mkhitaryan is, and I completely agree.
I agree with that as well.
I think he's one of Dortmund's best. Like Schmelzer, very underrated.
Didn't he almost go to Liverpool?
Yeah.
But like everyone else, like anyone Spurs have ever signed. You do wonder sometimes if they have their own scouting department, or if they just like go to the Daily Mail pages, see who Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool are linked to, and just sign them. It works out okay.
How often did Konoplyanka sign for Liverpool? The last transfer periods.
Is he still in Ukraine?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. He must be getting on now. I feel like he's been a brilliant young player for the last 20 years.
And Yarmolenko, I think above 24.
Yarmolenko, he's only 24. Wow. Feels like he's been around for years as well.
Yeah, pair of them.
Oh, Mandzukic just scored.
But did he?
Yeah, 2-1.
That's another good signing.
Yeah.
Him and Griezmann,
How much
unreal.
did he go for?
I don't know. I think it was maybe 12 million, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Nothing much at all.
Still 2-1. Ooh, I think I might underrate Olympiacos a bit. They did well last year too.
I'm probably getting a hammered fist, but I've got no respect for Olympiacos.
Because
Fans or club?
This is the fans. I used to quite like them and, think give them a chance, whatever. But I did a video once, and the abuse of their fans, when I actually said good things, good things, that's said they played well, they were unlucky. It was just absolute abuse, constantly, just pages of it, just saying. Well, I'm not going to repeat the phrase, but it was just constant. What more can I say?
Did Mitrog? I can't pronounce his name. Mitroglou. There we go. Go back to Olympiacos.
I think he's
I think
on
on
loan.
loan. Yeah, I think so.
There's points where I was unsure whether he even existed. It's just an absolute myth.
What got me is a load of pundits were saying, he was, big money signing for Fulham, big disappointment. It's like he didn't even play again. Well, he did. But what do they want him to do? You could sign Lionel Messi, but if he's got a broken leg, he's not going to score any goal. Well, he probably still would, actually. But if,
he's put it wide.
Ooh.
I
say he's getting closer, but he's actually further away than the weekend.
What do you guys think of Welbeck? As like a neutral
I'm kind of happy with him.
Perspective.
Underwhelming.
When we were first signing him, I said, why we signed. I've never rated him scoring goals.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm starting to warm to him. But I don't know if it's just because,
Because he's an Arsenal player.
Because he's that guy.
I'll give him a chance. To be fair to him, he has always played out of position, so you never know.
Yeah, but an opportunity like that, any other top class striker would put him in that.
The one where
he would put that in there.
He's a real workhorse too.
You've seen Lewandowski miss those last year a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only what
he still scored 20.
It's only his second game, so I mean, we'll see how he, he's still learning about the team.
I think it's so wasted on the left.
I think he's got a potential. I've seen him score some nice goals. He's quick. He works hard. All the coaches who have worked with him have said good things. So we'll see.
Yeah, I kind of like him. I mean, 6 weeks ago, if you asked me if I wanted to sign Welbeck, it's a definite no. I wanted a bigger money forwards, like everyone else. But on deadline day, it was pretty good. 16 million for Welbeck, as a last ditch thing. I was happy with that.
Yeah.
The more you dig into his stats as well and actually look at where he's played every game, he hasn't done that badly really. When you actually look at where he doesn't start that many games, he doesn't finish that many games, he's always played out wide. When he plays out wide, he has to track back. I mean, you see him on the edge of the box, his own box. So, maybe sitting up front and not doing all that work, he might have a little bit more composure.
Like against City, where he just sat down for about 5 minutes straight and then came back into play.
Yeah, and nearly scored a fantastic goal.
He'll give you his all, so you know what.
Well, there's nothing in the rules, you can just sit there.
Got someone saying we should get Michael Jackson on the show.
I think that'd be quite difficult.
I think he's busy.
A strange nickname for EPL Takeover.
Joel?
Yeah?
The metaphor you posted or you just tweeted, I'm not quite sure, but I think it's because in German, to whirl around is just like you're dominating the game and you've got a lot of tempo in your game. Whirling around, just like a tornado, I don't really get it either. But I guess that could be it.
I don't think I've tweeted really. I haven't tweeted for a bit. Studio at the moment.
Okay. Good, thanks, Studio.
Jacob, I thought I'd let you know that there hasn't been a shot on target between Monaco and Bayer Leverkusen.
Really?
Thanks.
No.
Well, then we're watching the wrong game. Should be there.
Yeah, should have been watching the exciting Monaco-Leverkusen game.
Bellerin's looked pretty good.
Luke Montgomery says, we start off a good conversation, always go back to Arsenal. So, what do you think Arsenal are doing in January?
Scuffle.
Maybe Jan Müller?
always. Solomon Kalou, bring him back.
Go to Hertha.
He's only still in his 20s, Kalu, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
29?
28, 29.
How is he?
29, yeah.
3
He's
million.
probably gone.
3
Oh,
million.
goal.
Oh, goal!
There you go.
Oh,
Cheeto.
oh, what a goal. What a goal.
Goal.
Oh, what a goal.
I still
that's
got it ahead of
depressing.
me.
I didn't see it. I was too deep in
He
competition.
just
Aaron,
ran
attack.
from, what, his own
Wow.
half.
So anyway, enough
Ahead of
about
everybody.
Arsenal.
Yay, goal.
Tragic. Tragic.
How's this gone in? Oh, he's picked up in his own half.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, what a run.
proper run. Brilliant.
Oh,
We haven't seen much of him this far.
That-
How is his name pronounced?
Cheeto.
Immobile.
Ciro
Immobile.
Immobile.
Ciro Immobile.
Immobile.
I can't work out
good
if I think
finish.
he's really good or not.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
When I first read his name and I saw Immobile, I thought he was like disabled or something. I thought.
Welbeck just put a chance that was pretty much identical wide, so that's what he. that's
Yeah,
what
I don't know. He was top scorer last year in Italy, but
Yeah.
so far he
Yeah.
hasn't shown
You
much
can't-
in the games.
But you're not bad if you score 20 goals.
Yeah, he
in
can't be
Serie
bad,
A,
yeah.
right?
That's half time.
Half-time, start a half-time game in a sec.
Really?
I think Adrian Ramos is pretty limited too. So
Yeah,
sticking with Immobile
definitely.
might be the thing to do. I mean, he scored quite a few goals last year, but with a team like Dortmund, you're looking to like really engage in the counter-attacking play. Just not sure that's what he does.
I thought Ramos would have started tonight, personally, but now I'm happy.
Yeah, I thought the same actually because he played well on
Yeah,
the
he was
weekend. But
great. What are the half-time scores in the other games?
We have Monaco, Leverkusen still 0-0. Olympiacos versus Atleti is 2-1 to Olympiacos with a Mandzukic goal and an Afellay goal for Olympiacos. I didn't realise he moved there.
he's good.
It's an interesting one. We won't mention the Dortmund result. Real Madrid are winning 4-1 to Basel. Liverpool are drawing the Bulgarian side with 97 followers on Twitter, which is amazing.
Do they actually have 97 followers?
I don't know if that was their official account, but I saw a Ludogorets account today.
If it is, let's get them to 100.
Shout-outs.
Following them, do
Get
this.
that at the end. Galatasaray Anderlecht. Anderlecht being the hipster team that I'm currently following quite a lot, is 0-0. Benfica have only gone 2 down to Zenit Petersburg, despite the man off. Juventus are drawing with Malmo. And that's it. It's not bad. I'm surprised Leverkusen haven't done a bit more. I think some of those players are brilliant. I think I can't pronounce Leno, I don't know, but I think he's an incredibly bright German keeper.
Yeah.
Probably as much so for me as I forgot his name. Barcelona's starting keeper, and I can't remember the name.
Ter
Stegen.
Stegen.
Absolutely brilliant. Jedvaj, obviously brilliant. Who else? Top Rack's great. Some really good players.
Signed 2 of the
Have you mentioned Julian Brandt?
Yeah, who's probably the standout actually. Sorry. Who's like in a German league and a line of German talent that's so like incredibly fruitful. I think he's one of the ones to look out for, along with Meyer, along with probably Draxler, who's dropped off a bit for the last year or so.
They got Brandt from Wolfsburg as well last year.
I haven't really seen much of him. I think I've only seen 1 game, 2 games of him so far, because he hasn't played too much. But
Bellarabi has taken his spot.
Pardon?
Bellarabi has taken his spot this season.
Yeah.
But he's played brilliantly as well.
Really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of football from around Europe, my general plan for 12 men moving out a bit, was to expand this to outside of just the Champions League and the Premier League. I'd love to do like international matches. I'd love to do a bit of Bundesliga, a bit of Serie A, a bit of French League, any of that. I've got a list of like the best teams that I definitely want to be on, the slightly good teams, the okay teams, hopefully match that up, and get like. The plan would be to have like 2 different games around Europe being commentated over at the same time. So like next October 1st, I think, is the plan for the next 12 men, which would be both Arsenal Galatasaray and Atleti Juve. Which hopefully it will be really interesting. Rich, have we got a half-time game?
Yes, are we ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Ready?
Bear with me.
This is where we separate the boys from the men. The men from the boys.
Finally, return of half-time game has been absolutely ages.
Right, can we all see the half-time game?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. And Joel, are you going to click it so it comes up?
Yeah, I've clicked it. I hope this is working for everyone. It might not be. Do you want to full screen it?
Is it not full screen?
It looks like a mobile at the moment.
No, hang on.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Now, if I flip up the comments, can you still see the game?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so let's get going. So, hang on. Right, so what we're doing first...
Wait, 2 seconds. We should probably introduce what the half-time game is.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm about to do. So we're going to start with a nice easy one. Wayne Rooney, his shirt number is number 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a nice and easy game of higher or lower.
I like that.
In classic 12-men style. So obviously Wayne Rooney is number 10. Next up is Mario Balotelli at Liverpool. What is it, higher or lower for his shirt number?
Up.
Higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
Can somebody keep an eye on the YouTube comments for me?
Yeah, we should probably give people some time because
Yes, exactly.
the stream is slightly behind on YouTube. We've instantly gone up, which may or may not probably be true.
Just going to go small 1 second. And then
We've got people hating on Rich and Gene.
For
Interesting.
what for?
You because you're from Birmingham.
Yep.
And
Nothing
Gene is unknown. I don't know. But it's Luke Taylor, so I don't think it's particularly real. Fair. Shout out to Luke Taylor, who I don't know why he hasn't come on. Bit scared of the camera, the limelight. Was welcome on, didn't get the invite, but
Anyway, we have got a few of these half-time things to get through, so shall we actually...
Yeah, let's go for it.
So everyone's gone for higher on Mario Balotelli, I believe. Yes?
Yep.
Okay, of course it was higher. He is number 45 at Liverpool. Next up, Pirlo at Juventus.
Lower.
got to be.
Lower.
I mean, 45 is huge.
So everyone's going lower. Are we
Yeah.
waiting for comments in YouTube or just going through?
Yeah, there are some lowers in there.
Yeah. Maybe call out some names or something if you don't mind. Joel.
Well, I've only got the higher for Balotelli right now, which was from Samueli.
Okay, so
Pronunciation's not great, but
Of course.
for Pirlo,
Yep.
we haven't got one yet.
Well, we'll move on.
Because it's
Pirlo
like-
is of course lower. He is of course lower. Now they do get a little bit more difficult as we go. So next up, hang on, Yaya Sanogo of Arsenal.
Oh.
Higher or lower?
I want to say higher, but I don't really know.
Higher.
So we've got Joel higher.
I'll say
Jakob
higher.
or Jacob or how we say.
Oh, why not? I'll stick my neck out. I'll go. He's 20 lower.
I'll say lower.
I think it's 22. I think it's 22.
I think it's 22 too, but no one else is saying it.
Jakob, well done, 22. Congratulations. Okay, moving on. Our friend at the mighty Manchester United.
Oh god.
Daily Blind.
Lower.
Lower than 22.
Lower.
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 Has
Lower?
to be
I'm
lower.
gonna say low as well.
Do we have any hires?
I remember his number correctly last night.
Wild cards.
All lowers?
Shout out to some Kieran HDs and some. Who else? Sam Uli, that I've mentioned before, who've got the answers correct so far.
Okay, and the answer is number 17, so it is lower.
Mm-hmm.
Well then.
And then we're going to move on to the giant, Jordi Alba.
Higher.
Jordi Alba higher, and this is in numerical
Higher.
value, not in height. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher.
We've got consistently hires on the board, and it is, of course, higher.
Ooh.
Another difficult one next. Jack Colback of Newcastle United.
Lower.
What?
Lower.
I know you've all got him on your posters in your bedroom. So just don't know.
How'd you know?
He's a young player, so I'll go for higher.
Lower.
Lower.
I go for high as well.
Lower.
So we've got a split board. We've got 2 hires, 2 lowers. It is lower, 14.
Ooh.
Winner, winner.
Luka
Right,
Modric,
100% record.
Luka Modric.
higher or lower than 14?
Higher.
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 I want to say higher, but to go for the grain, I'll go for lower.
So what have we got? We've got Joel lower.
Yep.
And everybody else higher.
You just want to be a hipster, don't you, Joel?
It is higher. He is number 19.
Could have been anything.
From 19, we move on to Navas of Real Madrid.
Oh, I have no idea what number he is.
Surely higher. I mean, he can't be number 1 because that's Casillas.
I'm going to say
Higher.
lower. I'm going to
Higher.
say lower.
Lower.
I'm gonna go for higher.
I'm going higher.
I fancy it was like a number 23.
I had 27 in mind.
I'd say higher as well.
I'm the only one who's gone lower. Oh, God.
And the answer is... The suspense is killing you. It's lower.
Oh.
How is
How's
it?
we have 13 available?
And staying on the theme of Navas, we've got Navas.
Higher.
Higher.
Yeah, I think he's 20. I think he's 23.
20.
17 or yeah.
Yeah.
23 or 17, only number above 13.
Well, all the numbers you've given out there, Joel, are all incorrect.
25.
Isn't it 15?
15, isn't it 50?
But definitely higher. I mean, he's not like a start. Well, he's not a guaranteed starter in City's midfield.
So Joel's higher?
Yeah.
Everybody else?
Higher.
Higher.
I'd say like 15.
Higher.
I think it's 15, yeah.
And you are correct, it is 15, which is higher. Well done. This is what we all
Quick shout out to Jack Jury and Luke Montgomery, who for the past few questions have been correct.
And the final 2, this one should be quite easy for everybody. Jovetic of Manchester City.
That is higher.
Yeah.
Higher.
But now it makes the last
It's
one
like 30.
interesting.
I mean, I want to go for consensus, but I don't know.
What a
Lower.
trendsetter.
Final answers, lads? What have we got?
Higher.
Isn't it like
Higher.
35 or
It's
something?
35.
35? Yeah.
The answer is 35.
I'm not a City fan, by the way.
Congratulations. And the final one, I couldn't have a hangout without bringing him in. Fernando Torres. AC Milan now, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to put Dan in a Spurs shirt or something.
Lower. I have no
Lower.
idea what number you got.
Yeah, 35 is pretty high. It's got to be lower.
I think it's lower. Yeah.
At AC Milan, right?
It's probably lower.
Yes, at
Yeah.
Milan. Yeah.
Lower.
We're all going lower. And it is, of course, lower. It has to have number 9. He's clinical. Said somebody once. And that concludes the return of the halftime game.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Now I said that, I should have put a buoy in. How did I leave a buoy out? I'm ashamed of myself. Oh, where's my camera gone? Oh, there we go.
Are we close to the second half?
Well, I've got a Sky Sports advert at the
1
moment.
1 minute.
Yeah.
You tell me.
We've got a few
There's a
Zenit
small
fans.
child walking onto the pitch.
We've got a few Zenit fans laughing at
Oh, it's an
Ben
advert.
in the comments.
Should somebody post the link in the chat because Sky Go is just way too behind.
Not that anyone on the 12th men watches anything other than official TV.
Of course.
Always.
How bad? Well, I say how bad. They're playing Real Madrid, but Basel must have been.
Well, they have scored.
They have
Score
scored.
now.
To be fair.
Yeah.
And they're playing Real Madrid.
And Rodriguez, Bale, and Ronaldo have all scored.
The comeback is on.
You laugh, but I remember when Theo Walcott scored against Reading when we were 1-0 down.
Yeah.
What?
That was a big day. That was probably the best football match I've ever been to.
That was
That was
one
a
of the
fantastic
first
game, wasn't it?
one of the first games I watched from Arsenal, I think.
Oh, the 7-5.
Good place
What a
to
game.
start.
Yeah.
What a game. Just like the feeling of despair when you're 4-0 down to Reading after like 30 minutes.
There hasn't really been a big scoring Arsenal game for a while. Well, I suppose Man City 6-3.
Try being 8-0
But not
down to
one the right way around.
Chelsea.
Does anyone in the comments know if
We
they're
lost
playing?
6-0 to Chelsea, so...
Does anyone know in the comments if they're playing Rodriguez or Bale in midfield?
I
Because
know
presumably
Bale is
they're playing. Well, presumably they're playing one up front with Ronaldo and Benzema, and one
I'd like to see Bale.
awkwardly replace Di Maria.
I quite enjoyed that half-time game. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was
Very
good.
well done.
It's good fun.
Congratulations.
Good fun.
I should open my document to see what the future of half-time games entails. Basel had Samuel from Inter Milan, who looks suspiciously like a Bond villain. But, okay.
Well, I didn't want to have to do this, but we're losing, so it does need to be done.
Did anyone see who Ginter came on for?
I was just going to say,
Oh,
Yeah. I just completely missed that.
Ginter's come on and they haven't shown who's gone off. Oh, Richard, you cheeky man.
We'll just leave this. Is that in shot?
It was Kale that came off, Jakob.
Oh, okay. So Ginter's playing defensive midfield?
Yeah,
Or?
Ginter's gone into defensive midfield. Yeah.
Everyone's predictions staying the same.
Yeah, I've got-
Well, I
I've
went
got-
with 2-2. I'll stick by it, but I can't see.
I'd stay by my 3-0. Yeah.
Such a
So
dick.
Is that someone-
I think Ginter's brilliant. Just on a note on Ginter, I think he's better than just like a Champions League starting player. Like he should be like one day like a guaranteed starting player for a Champions League regular.
Who are we talking about?
Ginter.
Ah,
He's-
okay.
Oh,
Injury
Ginter.
prone, isn't it?
Yeah, and injury prone, is he?
Yes.
So,
How old is he now? 20?
27, 26, something like that. Kieran Gibbs.
No,
Oh,
Ginter.
Oh.
Ginter
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about Kieran Gibbs.
Isn't Kieran Gibbs like 24, 25?
No, he's about 26, I think, now.
Really?
sorry, he's older than you think.
Gibbs is 24, I'm sure.
24, yeah. September 26, 1989, so he will turn
Now-
25.
He'll be 25, yeah.
Shocking knowledge.
How old's Matthias Ginter?
Well, I was a year off.
Ginter is 20 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, thought so. So did he come from, was it Freiburg?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
It's weird to say Dortmund now have depth in the centre of defence.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah.
good
Four,
depth for that.
four great centre backs.
Yeah.
Do they still have... No, they don't have Friedrich, do
Uh-oh.
they?
Oh,
Friedrich.
2-0.
Oh, 2-0.
2-0.
Oh,
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
point?
Oh,
He's not even that
You're still like
He's just
30
fast.
seconds ahead of me.
Jakob's
Oh,
3-0.
well, my prediction's gone.
this is terrible.
I've just seen the
Yes,
substitution.
we're winning. I will be on the winning side.
Kieran Gibbs with a throw.
Oh,
Curtis with the header.
It
Ball
took
played forward.
him a while, but he put it in.
Oh, I thought he stopped it.
Right.
Good ball
To
across
get us to stop talking about Dortmund winning through any possible measure. If anyone has any comments, put it in the comments.
Well, what was Chesney doing?
Okay.
Did he need
How do you
to
think
come out
Liverpool will fare?
They're still 0-0, aren't they?
Yeah, but I guess overall in the Champions League kind of perspective, how do you think they'll do?
Well, if they've yet to face Real Madrid,
Yeah.
and they're 0-0 down to Ludogorets at home.
Honestly, I think they will lose both games against Leverkusen.
Liverpool don't play Leverkusen.
Liverpool have Monaco.
Oh god, of course, yeah.
Liverpool have Ludogorets, Real Madrid, and Basel.
Basel.
I think they'll comfortably get out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they should.
Yeah.
But we
But
don't
then
know
they'll-
Basel are like with the English teams.
Yeah, and then they'll finish second and play a first place team, and anything could happen then.
How come I thought they would play against Leverkusen? I don't know.
Leverkusen don't even have an English team
Yeah.
in their group.
They have a tough group.
We do have a tough group.
Yeah.
So
Probably the hardest group. Not
Bayern
as in like the highest team quality, but as in Monaco, Benfica, Zenit, and Leverkusen are all like at a similar level.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Because then you've got Roma, Bayern Munich, and Man City. You could say are sort of near, and then Moscow
but,
are a level down.
you know, in the Leverkusen group, you could predict anyone to come top, and it would be a reasonable prediction
Mm-hmm.
and realistic. By the way, does anyone agree that Bellerin has exceptional hair?
Someone's got to replace. Who's the Swedish guy that left Arsenal? Olsen.
Kallström.
Martin
Olsen.
Martin
Also
Is it the young one?
Chris Olsen, isn't it Chris Olsen?
Yeah, Chris Olsen. I met him outside the Emirates like a few games ago. He was lovely, but terrible hair. It was like slung back and like all greasy in the cap.
That's
Nice guy though.
Marco Reus. Marco Reus, great guy, great hair.
Just brilliant all round, isn't it?
Oh, that was almost free.
He's not bad, that Marco Reus.
Not bad at all. It's alright when it be signing for us next summer. So.
After this game.
Yeah, he's good. He's not really on the level of like Jermaine Pennant, but he's good.
Oh, that's great.
That left ankle was brilliant, though.
Wasn't it Jermaine Pennant who forgot he owned a Porsche? And left it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Do you want another pronunciation advice?
Yeah.
It's a German company, so it's pronounced Porsche.
Porsche.
If I say Porsche, I always think I'm talking about some woman out of an American music video.
Learn something new every day.
This is the advantage of having a German in.
Yeah.
Yeah, get all the knowledge.
Keep it native. Have there been any other score updates in the last?
Not that I know.
Benfica still haven't conceded another one.
Oh, Anderlecht just scored.
Yeah, with who?
I don't even want to pronounce that.
Tell me it was Tielemans.
It was like Prate or something. Prate?
Right. Who's one of their brighter players.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like such a twat giving like insight on Anderlecht. It's so obscure.
When is the scout report of Tielemans out?
At some point. That's a nice way to go into a plug. Thank you very much. I'm hopefully going to have some scout reports up on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/messyseconds, of course. Where like taking some of the best young players from around Europe where I've been watching, which mainly at the moment is Germany and Anderlecht and Ajax. But yeah. So from Anderlecht's perspective, you have three incredibly bright players there: Tielemans, Praet, and Mitrovic, or Mitrovic. I can't really pronounce that. All of the hype perhaps because he's older, is around Mitrovic, who probably will turn into a Champions League striker. And prior to, he's a great attacking player. But for me, Tielemans, 16 last season, 17 this year, the third youngest player to ever start in the Champions League. He's incredible, real deal. Like, I mean, potential to be better than Hazard, real deal. Huge, huge, incredibly young.
And Northampton are beating Hartlepool 3-1.
I haven't seen much from Tielemans, but I've seen like one full game and like a half of the second one, and he just looks so mature. He looks like at least 19, 20, 21 with his style of play. Incredible.
And this season, he hasn't even been as good as last year.
I've
they've
seen
had
last
Stefan
year.
Forth come in, who's a more defensive midfielder, instead of who's the centre back that's gone to West Ham?
Ozil with a great tackle, by the way, there.
Coyote or whatever.
Yeah, Kyoto. Kyoto used to play in their midfield, and now that he's gone, Tielemans isn't playing as well. But I'm sure he'll come back.
That ref is something else, isn't he? How he just does not look like he should be there. I'm not talking about his performance. No, a ref. Looks like he's just come from like a tourist or something.
The ref? I think the ref looks like an old man in his trainers bringing trash out.
Exactly. He's just collecting the paper.
He was breathing pretty hard in the first 5 minutes. I thought he was going to drop for a second.
It would be crazy if Dortmund got their first clean sheet of the season against Arsenal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm still on for my 2-2.
Everton come back.
My prediction's still on.
Bellerin's going to get both.
Race.
He hasn't been as bright as I really wanted him to be. He hasn't been bad. He hasn't had any mistakes that have led to a goal, but...
Ozil?
Bellerin.
He's still Santos.
What's his German opinion on Ozil?
Joachim Löw's toy boy.
Yeah, I don't really know because he's played on the left a lot as well in the Germany team in the World Cup. He's been played on the left a lot, and I don't really think he can play on the wings.
No,
that's my thoughts on him. Nobody's playing him where he wants to play.
Yeah.
We saw this with Ramsey. We played Ramsey on the wing, and everyone was saying, get rid of Ramsey, get rid of Ramsey. And he came into his preferred position, and he's been the best player in the Arsenal team probably over the last season or so. So why don't we just play Ozil where he wants to play? Yeah,
the problem is if you have a defensive midfield of Jack Wilshere and Aaron Ramsey, that's way too liable and way too attacking. So you can play all three of Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey, and Mesut Ozil in their preferred positions. So you either have to drop one, or you have to play one of the three in another position.
I think it's a case of having to either drop them or, maybe occasionally play one out wide. I don't know, but I just think it's just a waste of Ozil. And,
I agree.
Just completely wasting your huge transfer. It seems absolutely mental to me. But,
And not just a huge transfer, a huge player. A brilliant player. In Mesut Ozil, who's surely still like a top 30 world player.
The thing with the Arsenal team is when everybody's fit, there will be a case of having to drop some players because once Walcott's back as well, not everybody can play, so rotation, isn't it? I suppose.
Talking about when Walcott's back, what do you reckon?
He's at the bar.
Who is at the bar?
Aubameyang.
Dortmund.
Oh, what a strike!
Should have scored. I haven't seen it yet. Should have scored.
Should have scored.
Listening to a radio for you.
Just checked, and Ozil played every game for Germany in the World Cup on the left. So
yeah, he did, and he was criticized so harshly.
Yeah. I remember. I think it was before the semi-final. Germans were saying Ozil must be dropped.
Yeah, everyone was saying
it. I think if Royce was fit for the World Cup, I think Ozil might have even been put on the bench.
But there was a point at which a lot of people for the German national team were calling for Mertesacker to be dropped.
Yeah.
There was a point at which he was seen to be like the worst player in a team of like almost superstars.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's
Oh.
a massive mistake.
Actually,
I know it's all could be insane.
I didn't really get that, so I didn't have the perception that most Germans wanted Per to be dropped.
Really?
I think especially with Löw playing that tactics with those 4 central defenders in the back.
Yeah.
I didn't mean during the World Cup. I meant like a year ago.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's true.
Which I thought was crazy because for me, Mertesacker's absolutely Mertesacker and Boateng and Hummels are 3 incredible centre backs.
Yeah.
And you have to play well.
I think especially the thing is, in Germany, the foreign leagues don't really get that much of attention, so no one did really see much of Mertesacker. And with Hummels and Boateng playing brilliantly in their respective teams, everyone thought they were the perfect duo for the national team. So no one really considered Mertesacker to be in.
But they're both not like the intelligent stopper centre backs that Mertesacker is.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Boateng's very much so a brilliant covering centre back that works at fullback, and Hummels is very much so like a kind of David Luiz, but much better. Like,
the thing is though,
like runs into midfield, but runs into it brilliantly, but also extremely capable at the back.
the thing is, Mertesacker left Germany as a good centre back, playing first team action, and was he captain at Bremen? I think
he
so.
was, yeah.
Yeah. So he was a good centre back, but he wasn't on the level that Hummels and Boateng are right now. So everyone saw him as he's okay, but he's not great. And now he's improved at Arsenal. No one really did see that in Germany because no one watches the Premier League.
We've got quite a few new viewers in because I gave a shout out on Messy Minutes just a second ago. In terms of what the 12th Men is, just a quick shout for the people that haven't been watching since the very, very beginning. It's supposed to be a fun, hopefully insightful, more than anything, hopefully interactive with all of you lot. Fan commentary, live stream, all these buzzwords channel. So if you want to interact, tweet me now at the 12th Men or even at Messy Minutes and try to get back to you. Also live on the stream whilst we're commentating over BVB versus Arsenal, and also in the YouTube comments below. I hope to see you there. Anyway, we were talking about Mertesacker and Özil and foreign players to the Bundesliga.
I think the main reason he didn't start too much for Germany in the World Cup was because of the high line that Germany played, and they needed pace at the back to defend, really, I guess. And it just didn't work for Mertesacker because when he's in the high line, people can just kick it and run. So I really like Mertesacker though. I think he's fantastic interceptor and blocker, and obviously great in the air.
Özil's coming off.
I think third, a very controversial opinion of the day. I think he's noticeably for me better than Koscielny.
Who?
I've not heard that said before.
I think Koscielny gets a lot of praise because he is brilliant, because he is more than deserving of a starting spot in like an every single year Champions League team. Spectacular because he does a lot of stitch tackles, because he's a lot faster. But I think Mertesacker, in terms of how he's not bad on the ball. And how brilliantly, unbelievably intelligent he is, and how poor we look without him. For me, he's probably the key player at Arsenal.
I would agree. Because he's just calm and he's just constantly good. He's not liable.
It feels weird to say, but he's like Daniel Van Boyten when Daniel Van Boyten was really, really good, because he didn't have the pace, but he had the intelligence, and he played 150 games for Bayern Munich, Van Boyten, so he must have been doing something right.
150 games, really?
Yeah. He had
wow. Okay.
8 years at Bayern. He was.
Wow. I still remember when I heard that he signed from Hamburg.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I must have been 9 at that point, or 8 even. Yeah.
He did retire last season, right?
Yeah, he did. By the way, is Chamberlain playing DM or?
No, he'll be out wide.
Looks like it.
He's on the right at the moment.
He's in the middle.
Yeah, I mean he's come on for Özil, who was playing on the wing, so presumably.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, but who did come on for Ramsey? Cazorla.
Cazorla will be playing centrally.
Oh, okay.
Well, Cazorla often plays out wide on the left foot, doesn't he?
I think the
Yeah,
idea
it
of the
could be either way.
I would have thought they'd put Cazorla out wide and put Chamberlain in the middle with how.
Oh, really?
But then, like, any of our front five could play anywhere.
Well, yeah, true.
They all move across the pitch.
Chamberlain has been playing well centrally, though, hasn't he, recently? So.
There was a point where Ramsey played like right back.
Yeah.
And central defensive midfield.
Wait, that's what he played for most of last year. Really?
Talking about central defense.
No, but I mean, like, literally just sitting, like, not doing anything but defending.
Anchor man.
Talking about central defensive midfield, do you think, any of you think, Wenger will sign someone in January?
Well, I'd like to hope so.
If there's one person I think Arsenal should go for, it's Morgan Schneiderlin.
Yeah, agree.
If you wanted a quick fix, he's possibly still available because of what he said over the summer. I think Schneiderlin would be the first option.
Well, he's ready for that step.
And he's been playing brilliantly this season so far, anyways.
3 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I would have rathered a centre defensive midfielder than Danny Welbeck.
Juventus are winning, by the way.
Tevez?
Tevez, of course, yeah.
I feel like every year they seem to stockpile strikers and defensive, not defensive, just central defenders. And I don't notice any of them leaving. Yeah, defensive defenders.
They are the most useful.
How many strikers do they have?
I don't know. For a team that play 2 strikers, they must have like
4 5.
20. It seems like every year they buy so many.
Do they still have Quagliarella?
I want to say no.
I know
Let's
they've
have a
got
look.
Giovinco,
I don't want to stick my neck out.
Lorente.
Vucinic is
Llorente,
gone.
Tevez. Did Vucinic go?
I think so. Did he not?
I don't know.
I should keep
Well,
close
they've
to
got
hand.
Morata now as well, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Monaco are winning as well. Can't believe
Oh,
that.
really? Who scored?
Moutinho.
Ah, of course. But he's
Coutinho is an underrated player.
yeah,
He's the only
definitely.
player left at Monaco.
He's the only player. The top left. Anyway.
No, they got Berbatov.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
So-
there's 2 of them.
Juventus have
You get your
Tevez.
sister.
Juventus have Tevez, Giovinco, Llorente, Morata, and Kingsley Coman.
Not that many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got rid of
Coman's quite exciting.
Vucinic.
Was Coman from the PSG academy?
I think so, yeah. He's French, at least. So.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him yet. I don't think I've seen him once.
He's
But
supposed to
apparently
be,
he's really great.
yeah, another wonder kid.
Another Pogba, but up front.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Because it was a similar situation.
I saw that Kiesling's the captain for Leverkusen tonight, even though Bender's starting as well, which made me think why. But
That's strange.
yeah, he was captain on the weekend, Bender. So
Do any of you think that he ever should have made the Germany squad? When he
Honestly-
never ever did?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Do you not think he's better than Kramer?
He's very
I
good,
agree.
but,
I agree. He's a brilliant centre forward, but he does not suit the German team at all.
Oh no.
So I can clearly understand. Löw not nominating him.
Yeah. Of course.
it's just the fact that around him there's just been a drought in that star striker now with closer
Yeah.
coming towards the end. That's the only reason it's been hyped up a little bit more.
Like even Gomez is technically stronger than Kiesling. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he would suit the German
I
team.
think before Kiesling gets another shout, Max Kruse is going to be the next man.
Yeah.
Um,
Or
I-
Pierre-Michel Lasogga,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one, yeah.
probably.
For now, I think for the next few years, he should stick with just Thomas Müller, anyways. Or
Yeah.
the sort of the front 4 sort of rotational players just moving about.
Thomas Müller is so I still can't get over how good he is, and I don't know why he's good.
So true.
Because like he's not that fast, he's really not that strong. Like his technique isn't unbelievable, his passing isn't exceptional, his shooting really isn't that good. But like,
Yeah, that's
so,
one thing about
so
him.
good.
His positioning is
He's so intelligent.
Yeah, but
unbelievable.
like I
He just looks
agree.
a bit strange as well, doesn't he? Like how he stands and carries it. His socks are always.
The best thing is his celebration. If you watch like a little bit of Bundesliga, you might know his celebration, which looks exactly like all of the celebrations of the 70s in the German league. Like I don't know, Gerd Müller and his teammates. He just stands where he shot the ball.
Where he shots and turns in a circle. So.
Yeah, right.
Just turns around and goes.
I love it. I love it so much.
Did you see last season where he did when they won the Bundesliga and he did the chants of the fans? I don't know what the words are, so Jakob, if you could tell me, I'd really appreciate that. I do have a video of it on my Instagram from when I was in Munich for the 7-1 against Brazil. Not to plug myself too much, but that one. Can you hear? Wait a sec.
I'm guessing it's probably the Humber.
Tell me.
What the hell is going on, Joel? Don't call an ambulance.
That's how the chant goes.
Oh, that scared me for a second.
Wait, I'll get it there. I should probably take some time to reply to comments because that is what this is all about. Luke Taylor, the brilliant Luke Taylor, says that Ballack mural behind Joel Hart, some of you can't see, but that is a painting of Michael Ballack.
Still not finished.
Still not finished. It'll be finished. It'll be finished at Christmas time. There's a brilliant anecdote about Michael Ballack, which I'll say another time, which is why that's up there. But moving on to more comments, we've got people saying how fantastic Gibbs is at only 24, and I can only agree. Questions about how Mangala will do at City. Any thoughts?
Who?
Mangala.
Mangala.
I can't say his first name.
I can't say I've seen much of him. I haven't seen enough of him in Portugal, but he seems like a really quick centre back, which is obviously what modern day centre backs need, as well as being able to pass, which he looks like he can do.
I think come the end of the season, he will definitely have pushed Demichelis out.
Oh yeah,
He'll be better than him.
Yeah.
I can't believe how well Demichelis has done. To be fair to him.
Yeah, especially if you consider how bad he was at Bayern, Malaga and Bayern, and then the other way around.
The stage when Bayern's three centre backs were Badstuber, Van Boyten, and Demichelis was one of their worst in their history.
Talking about Bruno?
Almost.
Chesney.
Talking about Badstuber, how unlucky is he?
My heart sings for him.
Poor guy.
What were the injuries? Are they unlucky injuries or are they injury-prone injuries?
If my memory serves me correct, he tore his ancient cruciate ligament twice. So he tore it once and then he recovered, and then twice. And like last week he tore. Oh my god, I don't know the word in English.
This week's one was the most unlucky because he was just making a pass, and I think it was his tendon in his thigh, in his left thigh, just tore as he made a pass. So.
Such a shame.
How
old is he?
24? It really is.
He's 25.
Yeah,
he's 25.
Wow.
You know, he could easily be a starter for Germany, or could easily been a starter for Germany.
Lowe almost called him up.
He's the perfect player for Arsene Wenger because he can be like the new Diaby. So every transfer window, he can say, "Oh, when he comes back,
like a new signing."
Someone's got to keep the physio entertained. Moving on to other comments, someone wants us to speak German to Dortmund fans, but my German is not strong enough to speak, only to write maybe sometimes. We've got someone asking if the 12th man is back permanently now, like are you doing it every week? Hopefully, yes. I mean, the next time it'll be happening, just because I'm off to uni in a sec. So it won't be happening for another 2.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, see, that's what I
Oh
mean.
my God, he missed.
Tyron.
Oh my!
Straight over the bar.
Wow, that's bad.
When he gets too much time, his mind takes over and he just...
It's not his strength. It's not his strength.
Are we talking about Velbach?
Oh boys, that's so
Mickey.
bad. Oh,
Sorry.
I'm a Taran, okay.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it.
Just think of Real Madrid last year.
Yeah, right now I'm seeing Podolski on the bench.
I think, he was looking for a shoe there or something.
Oh, okay, now I'm seeing it.
Apparently, according to Luke Montgomery, the team playing Liverpool just hit the post.
They did earlier too, apparently.
That was hilarious. So before I was rudely interrupted by Mkhitaryan, I was talking about whether the 12th man was back permanently. Yes, hopefully we'll be back for like 2-3 weeks because of uni starting. It should be hopefully next time coming in for October the 1st for both Arsenal Galatasaray and Atleti versus Juve for like at the same time, both those matches happening. Then hopefully the 5th of October would be the one after that for Chelsea versus Arsenal, Juve versus Roma, Real Madrid versus Bilbao, and Valencia versus Atleti. I don't know how many of those games we'll actually cover.
Is it a Sunday?
Even one, but we'll see.
It's a Sunday, isn't it?
The 5th is a Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Richard?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Cobblers are winning 4-1.
Huge updates. I found the German fan video.
Brilliant.
Won't be of interest, but I need to know the lyrics because I want to shout it next time I'm there.
Okay.
Anything from that?
I don't understand a single word.
It sounds like the Smurfs having an orgy.
Bayern Munich sometimes do it, or they always do it with their fans, and sometimes their players doing it, where they have one player or one fan that like shouts it to all the others, and they all stay quiet and then respond.
I think I know it. It's
the Humber, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Humber, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's not just Bayern, it's like many teams do it.
All the teams in Germany do it,
yeah.
yeah.
One
Right,
player
well,
or a fan or anyone stands up. Is there time to explain?
Pardon?
Is there time to explain?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. One player or anyone, a fan, like whatever, stands up and shouts, "Gib mir ein H," which means give me an H, basically. And then everyone shouts H, so H. Then he says, "Gib mir ein U," which is a U. "Gib mir ein M."
M.
"Gib mir ein B."
B.
"Gib mir ein A."
Ah.
And then it begins. Wir singen Humba 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 Tetere. So it's like
Oh,
honestly
well,
I have no idea what it means. I don't think it actually means
The best-
anything.
Oh, that's tragic.
Sounds like the Macarena.
The best
Should've hit that
example
low and
I
hard.
know of the Humber was last year when Ter Stegen left Gladbach. It's on YouTube. You can type it in, and he went and
check
sat
that out
in the
later.
stands. Went and sat in the stands for about 20 minutes or so and did the Humber, which was fantastic.
I'm so glad we finally put that to rest. I just didn't know. I'd seen so many videos of it. I had just no idea what it actually was.
Yeah. Alex,
Yeah,
have you got German family or heritage, or why do you follow the Bundesliga?
I have nothing to do with Germany in my family whatsoever. I just love the football and love the league, so I decided to watch it.
Fair play.
Olympiacos are leading Atletico 3-1.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Can't say
They
I expected that.
haven't even got Joel Campbell.
oh, Machabu.
By the way, can anyone agree that my prediction should have been reality by now?
Oh, Joel, guess who scored that goal for Olympiacos?
Mitroglou?
Mitroglou? Oh, wow.
He's come back from the death.
The
What?
talisman.
Fulham fans must be seething.
Just do anything. Remember when he
I don't
scored
know.
like 4 consecutive hat-tricks or something ridiculous?
As
In
a,
Greece.
as a
Yeah.
Leeds fan in England, it's hilarious to see how badly Fulham are doing, considering they spent almost £13 million on our 2 strikers.
I think honestly that Magath is way overrated.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
It's all about
And-
his training.
So
Yeah.
how did he do it? How did he do it before?
Well, the last time he was successful was at Wolfsburg, and that was 2009. That's
Who are we
like 5
talking
years
about?
ago. Felix Magath.
Felix Magath.
No,
Magath. Right.
Magath.
the man with the glasses.
Yeah.
Crazy one.
The fitness guru.
And the main reason Wolfsburg won the league that year was because they had the best strike partnership.
Pickle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dzeko and Rific was so good.
And probably probably my favourite all-time Bundesliga goal when Griffith
Yep.
scored against Bayern Munich.
Minus Worth.
That was-
Speaking of Wolfsburg, Olic has been brilliant.
and he turned 35 the other day. It
Yeah.
baffles me.
How many 35-year-olds can you name who like consistently play at an elite level? Brilliant.
Trossard.
Yeah, but there aren't many.
No, of course not.
And he's still so incredibly fast and has the stamina of a
very
horse.
fast.
He's got
Like
such
he-
a burst of pace.
He plays 90 minutes like basically every game if he's not substituted for the Lord.
Oh
How
god,
did
I
the
forgot
Lord
all
even
about that.
start?
I don't know. It must have been Arsenal fans. No one else would call him a lord.
He probably called himself the
It was
Lord.
himself, I think.
Soon enough, it'll be on the back of his shirt. Just Hellbender.
Great guy.
He had an interview this week and said every week he goes back to London mainly to see his son, but he goes back every week.
Oh.
So if Arsenal still want him,
I felt a bit sorry for him, to be honest, towards the end. He was just frozen out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
just
I
kind of
did feel.
came back from Juventus and like, nah, you just stay there.
I mean, I think you know, when he was younger, he was a bit of an idiot, but I think he sort of. I sort of felt a bit sorry for him towards the end. I think he matured a little bit, and he just never got his chance again. But
Didn't he do really well at Sunderland?
he did okay. He had
He
some
did
Paddy
okay.
Power underwear.
Yeah.
Apparently Benzema has just scored a wonder goal.
Really?
Oh,
Was
really?
it 5-1 now?
Yeah.
I love it in game, no.
With all of them scoring. With Bale, Ronaldo, Rodriguez, and Benzema.
It's not a
And all
bad front
separately.
four, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a bad front four at all.
Oh, not Di Maria's thinking right now.
You would rather Di Maria than Rodriguez in there, though.
When are Manchester playing?
They're not even playing on Thursday nights.
Do you reckon they'll
Oh,
get
it's
Champions League
hilarious,
this year?
isn't it?
I think they will.
I do.
I think just.
I didn't
Should
think
we,
they
should we all
would.
do
but
top
we
4
did.
predictions instead? Probably
Yeah,
makes more
that has
sense.
been asked for.
Okay.
So I'll go first. I'll say Chelsea to walk the league, but it's my prediction, so they'll probably scrape it on the last day. And then the other 3 I want to say Arsenal, Liverpool, and City, but I really don't know like what order. I don't want to say Liverpool because Markovic is brilliant. They've added a lot of great players, but replacing Suarez is an impossible task. I don't want to say City because they have an aging squad where they've kind of slightly added to it, but really when you don't add significantly in the Premier League, you walk backwards and haven't looked that good. And I don't want to say Arsenal because we're always crap. To stick my neck out, I'll say City 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Liverpool 4th. Anyone else?
Well, go on.
I'd probably go Chelsea, obviously, City, Arsenal, Manchester United. I don't think Liverpool have what it takes this year. They've lost, and especially with the Champions League, they'll use a lot of fitness, momentum for that.
I'm gonna stick my neck out and say City are gonna win the league.
It's bold.
I don't know why.
If Aguero stays fit,
I don't have any reason for it, but I just think Man City they'll just win the league again somehow. I think
I'll
Joel's
go Villa, Swansea.
Get in there.
No,
I
honestly,
think-
I think everyone. I fancy Chelsea to win the league. I think City second,
Yeah.
Arsenal third, and Liverpool fourth. Like you said, I think United. I need to see more. Play some bigger teams and see.
Yeah.
We've got the players up front to do it, but have they got the team? We will see.
We've just
that currently.
Balotelli has just scored.
Yeah, I was about to say Balotelli.
They're finally in like 80th minute now, 84th, 85th, 1-0 up at home against Ludogorets,
Wow.
who possibly have 97 followers on Twitter.
What's that? Their first Champions League goal for 4 years.
It's true.
I reckon that neither Liverpool nor Manchester United will make top 4. Honestly,
Who do you
Yeah.
fancy to get in there?
I'd say Chelsea to walk the league, then City, Arsenal, and Everton to come 4.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, because replacing Suarez is impossible, and I don't think Balotelli will settle in too well for Liverpool. Like he could possibly score like 16, 17 goals, but that's not enough to
I'd
replace
like to see
Suarez.
Everton get in there. It'd be nice for them to get a chance. Definitely.
Here we go.
And-
Oh, for God's sake! Oh, thank God someone can tackle him. Is that Chamberlain tackling him?
Just look, he literally ran the entire.
Who do
I
you
reckon-
think is going for the Champions League? Sorry, Jacob.
Hmm?
I was just going to say, who do people think could win the Champions League?
Oh, I
Before the season started, I thought that Real Madrid might retain it
Yeah.
for being first ones, but now I'm starting to think maybe not.
No.
I think Champions League's like one of the most difficult competitions to predict.
Yeah.
Like Premier League, you can look this year, and most people will say Chelsea. If they don't, they'll say City. And like I want to say Bayern, just because
I was going to say
they're as good as they were last year, plus Lewandowski. But who knows?
How are they playing this year?
what
I'm
system or how?
They're just
how
they're playing well, or
So
they
far,
won 2-0, but
so far it has been well.
It's been okay.
Okay, yeah.
is
Yeah,
the
they haven't
general feeling
been
in Germany
overwhelmed.
that they're better under Guardiola than they were previously?
Well, the season.
My opinion isn't that. I think they were better before.
I think they are better.
I think they were more ruthless
I
and
think they're
efficient
better
before.
That's what I think.
The thing is-
I've seen them a few times. They've just been playing boring football, not effective at all, just passing it around.
Mm.
But maybe I haven't seen enough of them because I don't watch them every week. But sometimes
Well,
I've seen
no.
them just doing absolutely nothing with the ball.
Heinkes' last season was just brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I
yeah.
mean.
I don't quite remember the statistics of the semi-final against Barcelona, but I think over both legs they had like under 40% possession.
Mm. They won 7-0 on Allegri.
They
7-0
were
on
just
Allegri.
so efficient, powerful,
Yeah, but
clinical.
if you watched last season, like the first half, Guardiola's Bayern were brilliant,
They were
amazing,
unstoppable.
unbelievable. Like
Incredible.
more than 70% possession every game, and still won their games like 3-0, 4-0 without the opposition, without even giving the opposition a chance. And somehow the Bundesliga has adapted to that. I still think they will win the league this season, and I reckon they have a great chance of winning the Champions League as well.
They've just adapted their style again, haven't they? Because
Yeah,
they've gone
such an interesting system.
3 at the back with
Yeah.
Alonso in the middle. It's just, it's just
Well,
incredible.
last game with Bardstuber.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to bring Alonso in and to play him at centre back, I just
Like
Mm.
love it.
the last game against Stuttgart, I think it was, they played essentially they played 3 defenders in midfield, which were Alaba,
Yeah.
Lahm, and Bernard.
Yeah.
And they Guardiola put them all 3 in midfield, and just to dare that,
And then Alonso had 142 out of 150 passes,
yeah,
which is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Still
He's
not the
looked
record for
so
most
strong.
touches, though.
I can't believe Real Madrid let him go. Even at 33 later
Yeah.
this year,
Mm.
I think he's 32 now. Like, I still think he's like a top
Yeah.
20,
Yeah.
30 world player. Like he's
Definitely,
brilliant.
definitely.
I think he's much better than Pirlo. I think he's much better than Xavi. Still.
If you have a look at
I don't mean, just to clear that up, I don't mean like overall in career. I mean like right now, I think he's a lot better than Xavi or Pirlo.
if you have a look at Real Madrid's squad, they don't really have a defensive midfielder.
No.
Like any.
Like when you're looking at Alonso replacements, the one that's being forced at the moment is Cruz, who really doesn't look that settled.
Can't defend
And
at
then
all.
the natural one is Illaramendi.
Yeah.
Even
he
he
does look like,
he's a central midfielder.
but he does. I mean, he's come from Real Sociedad, like I think Xabi Alonso did, and he does kind of look like a similar player. Like he's great at interceptions. He's not the hard tackler that Alonso ever was. But like he's young. To me, he's not as talented as Alonso was. Like at Liverpool when he was brilliant with Gerardo Torres. But
Cruz can't defend.
Real Madrid fans don't rate him at all, Illaramendi.
really,
At least many of them, yeah. They criticized. I'm stuck. Real's president.
Florentino Perez.
Yeah, of course, Florentino Perez. They criticized him harshly last season for paying was it 37 million or something?
There
40
was a
million?
lot of talk of him this summer going on loan to Bilbao.
Yeah. And then if you consider loaning out a player who you've bought last season for 40 million,
Yeah.
that just says everything. And to be honest, of course he can play CDM, but if you have looked at the World Cup squad, he played attacking midfield every game.
Yeah.
Brilliantly, apart from the final, which he almost cost us, but yeah.
Yeah, people forget that. They really do.
Yeah. So he can play central midfield or even defensive midfield, but that's just a very attacking squad. If you play Cruz as your only defensive midfielder.
Yeah. If Cruz
And
is
then
defensive
James Rodriguez in central midfield,
Yeah.
who's like pushing on almost second striker. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's good fun to watch.
Anyway,
We also have someone asking for bottom three in the
that's
Premier
what I
League.
was just about to say. Being as it's a couple of minutes left, we might as well finish it. Well, a minute left.
Okay.
Not even that.
I think we all agree on Tottenham.
Oh, they're Man United.
Podolski.
I personally have two that are certain, and that's Burnley and West Brom. But I can't say about the third one.
I think Burnley and QPR will go down. I'm not so sure about West Brom.
I think QPR will make it.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
And then
won a game.
before the season started, I fancied Leicester to go down, but they look quite good.
They've done really well.
I fancied Villa. What?
Oh yeah.
Really?
It is a difficult one. I think everyone can agree on Burnley.
Yeah.
I think everyone thinks Burnley will go down. But that other spot, I think West
Did
Brom.
Ludogorets just score?
Oh, please say they did.
I think so, yes. If I have a look at my Twitter feed, I think so.
Ludogorets have just scored.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
They did.
Wow.
Oh
That's
my.
amazing.
What's that, sorry?
That
In the
puts 2-0 at Dortmund in so much perspective.
Danny Abalo with the goal.
I mean, this is like this is the easiest fixture that anyone has in the Champions League this season.
Yeah.
How many followers does Danny Agallo have on Twitter? 3?
Let's get him to 5.
Get to 10,000.
It was a late counter attack.
Oh man.
Ludogorets scored.
That's brilliant. I love that.
Oh.
Going back to bottom three predictions.
Penalty to Liverpool, sorry. Penalty to Liverpool.
That's a shame.
Oh, that's just.
In the 92nd minute, penalty to Liverpool.
Balotelli to miss. Balotelli to miss.
Alright, wasn't it?
Griezmann scored for Atletico Madrid as well.
And Galatasaray have equalised against Anderlecht in the last minute.
Real Madrid 5-1, as we all know.
Leverkusen.
Still 1-0, sadly. That's
Who's everyone's
shame.
dark horse for the Champions League?
What, Leverkusen? Oh. I saw some people saying Liverpool today.
I could see Roma doing it if they get out of the group.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's gonna be really tough.
Yeah, you never know.
2-1, Gerrard.
Yeah, but what a pity. You know, City never do well in the Champions League, so I think
Nah, never.
if Roma win one of the games against Bayern,
Yeah, they can do.
Yeah, no, there is a possibility, yeah.
and I would really like to see City getting kicked out in the group stage.
With the pace that Roma
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, again.
Going back to bottom three, I wanted to be really bold and say Burnley, West Brom, and then Aston Villa, despite being on 10 points in their first 4 games, to absolutely tank it in the next 34, and on the last day finish 18th.
But
Joel,
Joel thinks
wasn't you-
Newcastle will win the league, so.
Joel, was it you who tweeted that incredible statistic that like Aston Villa have had 9 shots on target and 10 points so far?
No, but I've seen it, yeah.
We have Felipe Senderos, we're fine. That's sarcasm. That's sarcasm out of 10, yes. I really hope everyone picked up on that.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay.
But with so few shots and so many goals, it's not sustainable.
What about Newcastle if they keep Pardew?
Yeah, they just feel too big to go down again. But I said that about QPR before. But yeah, I mean, it could definitely happen.
Can anyone please explain me why they put Pardew on an 8-year contract?
Because
They're
he
feeling
was
generous.
brilliant. In the first year, he was amazing. And then, I mean, obviously it's stupid, but it's funny. It's funny now.
They're all finished now.
Yeah, full time.
All the games.
Yep.
So I guess this is the point where we'll have to wrap up. Thank you so much to everyone that's been watching, everyone that's been commenting, tweeting us, and of course the brilliant 5 plus me hangout participants. Do you each want to do a quick bit about yourselves and plug whatever you want to plug?
Whoever's up for that.
Starting with Alex.
Yeah, if you follow me on Twitter at Alex Chaffer, you can see it. I think I've still got my little bar there. I've got a piece coming out for 442 tomorrow, which you can read. It's all about Schalke facing Chelsea, so I won't give too much away, but that's coming out tomorrow. So follow me on Twitter, and that's where you can see all that I do, yeah.
Brilliant. Gene?
Just like to say, thanks for having me. Thanks for watching.
It's been a pleasure.
Follow me on Twitter, man-to-man marking, and then that's about it, really. Yeah.
Jakob?
Yeah, I can only agree. It's been a pleasure. I really want to thank you for inviting me. And then again, if you want, you can follow me on Twitter, but I wouldn't mind because, like, I tweet in German half the time, and don't really tweet much about football. So.
Well, I'm following.
Yeah.
I'm following. We'll leave Rich till last.
Yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at the Front 3 or find us on YouTube in the Front 3. We just had some videos out on the Champions League, in fact, today. So if you want to check that out, you can do so.
Check that out. Brilliant.
Yeah, that was going to come. Thank you.
Kind of expecting American every time, and then it kind of goes whoop.
Canadian.
If you actually want to follow me on Twitter, it's @faulheitssiegt. I think no one cares, but
I put it up on the screen there just in case anyone's looking.
Thanks very much.
And finally, Rich.
I don't really have anything to plug these days because I don't really do YouTube. But you can follow me on Twitter if you want, and I just talk utter crap. So feel free.
And lots of you we follow me. I'm at Messy Minutes, at Messy Seconds, at 12 Men. I'm sure if you're on Twitter you can find me somewhere. But that's important. If you've enjoyed today's hangout, then please subscribe to the 12 Men, because we'll be doing a lot more, perhaps a little less experimentally, a little less cock-ups in the beginning in future. And I'll see you next time for Galatasaray versus Arsenal and Atletico versus Juventus. That's the plan on October 1st. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you next time.